This is the outside of the Auto Sleeper Burford. As we move along, we will firstly come to the gas locker just here. As you can see, there is room in here for 2 bottles. The regulator just sits up the top here, and then the hose comes off there, screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated before travel. Next we have the mains hookup point. Please remember to push down on the blue lever just here when removing the lead. Water into the motorhome at this point here. Just pop a hose pipe in to fill it up. This can be locked next we have external TV and satellite points and a 12-volt plug-in point as well. And next to that we have water into the van again, but this time using the Whale filler hose. This has a standard hose lock attachment on one end, and then this end here just plugs in like so and will click in and then slide down to lock it into place. Once you've done this, turn the tap on and then the water will stop at this point here. Make sure that you then go and turn the 12-volt on and the water fill point on the control panel. This will then make the solenoid live and allow water into the van. With this particular system, if you are on a fully serviced pitch, you can literally leave the tap turned on, and as you deplete the water, it will constantly replenish it. To remove this, slide back up, squeeze both blue points here, tucked down here we have the fresh water drain point. And then if we move along past the rear wheel, we have the grey water drain, so anything that goes down the plug holes is then drained out at this point here. Next to it we have the air line that then runs to the spare wheel underneath the van, so you do not need to drop the wheel to check the tyre pressure. You can literally do it at this point here, and if it needs topping up, it's nice and easy to do. As we then come to the rear, we have the location for the cassette toilet. To remove the cassette, lift up on the blue lever just here and pull towards you. Before use, undo the cap just here and add your toilet chemical. This is also where it empties from as well. Just remember that when pouring it away, that you hold the button in just here. This will release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to lubricate this seal. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also the best way of giving the cassette a good clean out. If at any point anything wraps around the float mechanism to give you a false reading that the cassette is full all the time, you can gain access just here. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with a pull-up handle. As we come round to the rear, we have the reverse camera just up there. And then we have the rear corner steadies. So we have one on the other side as well. As you can see, I've already lowered this one, and it's just a matter of using the corner steady brace, attaching it to this point just here, and then just winding up and down. We then have access underneath the fixed bed. An external mains socket just there. Barbecue point. So at the moment the actual barbecue adapter is still attached with a cable tie. So remove this and then attach this rib section here to the hose of the barbecue, secured with a Jubilee clip. This end just here then pops in where my finger is. When you plug it in, you can then turn the gas on to use the barbecue. To remove the spear, just push on the collar, push it up, and it will then release. Next we have the flue for the Truma boiler. We don't need to do anything with these particular flues, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. We then have both vents for the fridge freezer. They come basically with winter covers, so if you are using the van in extremely cold climate, pop these on. It will make the fridge run far more efficiently. They literally just snap on like so. Flat-headed screwdriver, just turn both of these, and then as you can see the fridge will just vent from the bottom. Do make sure that they're both off for the summer months, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat and not work correctly. If we just open the habitation door, the step switch is just located here. We then have the wet locker. We have the roll-out canopy above. The canopy winding handle is just inside the habitation door. So to wind the canopy out, just pop the awning winding handle just here and then begin to wind. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a small way. It's always best to do this first and then drop the legs for support, so you're not putting too much stress on it. The legs on these are sprung loaded, so just push in and then the leg will come out. Once you have the leg to the ground and then the awning at the height that you want, just pull the grey lever up to lock it into place. And then obviously do this with the other leg. And then once both legs are down, you can then go back and wind the awning out fully or as far as you want. These awnings usually come out about 2.5 meters. Diesel fill just here. You do need to open the passenger door to gain access. Diesel just here. The toolkit for the motorhome just sits underneath this compartment just here. Bonnet release is just tucked in the footwell just here. And if we now come round to the front and I open the bonnet, so now we have the bonnet up. You'll see we have AdBlue top up just here. It will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs topping up. We have coolant just here and brake fluid at the back. Oil top up just here and window washer fluid refill just here. If you did need to jump start the vehicle, we have positive just here and the earthing point is just here.